There is something my husband used to say, and I believe it strongly. It is not everything that you must argue, talk about, quarrel about. There's something he usually will say. If it is not destiny related, forget it. What does he mean by destiny related? If this thing me and you are doing is not going to stop us from making heaven, it's not something that will affect our heaven, going to heaven, then there are things you should learn to overlook. Our problem in our marriages, in our relationships today is that we don't overlook things anymore. Everything must be talked about. They say don't throw anything under the carpet. Say like some things should go under the carpet. It's not okay. Don't put it under the carpet. Sweep it away. Sweep it out of the house. If you don't want it under the carpet, so that when you raise your carpet, you won't see it. Just sweep it out. Forget it. Do you know that when I was on this journey of change, when God began to speak to me about my marriage, do you know one of the things he said to me categorically? Whenever I started doing something, my husband would tell me, if you are upset with me, instead of getting all, angry and reacting, I hear the voice of God. Go and tell God. Tell God what I have done. God will tell me. God will tell me. Go and report me to God. So I started doing it. I said, okay, so I should report him. So when he does, I'll go and report him. If I tell you what God used to tell me, you won't believe it. I remember one day like that, me and my husband were having a conversation. And we were just gisting of, well, that is the life of the kind of pastor that he is. Then I had not really entered into pastoring, so probably I didn't really understand what was going on. So we were just gisting, talking. He now went into the bathroom. By the time he came out, his face became straight. I said, you will never believe that me and this man were having a conversation. The way the face just, I'm like, what? Is it something I say? Is it me? Is it what happened now? This conversation that I'm just trying to enjoy, we will not finish this conversation. What is this thing now? So that was how his face was until he left and went to the office. And I went into I went back to the room and I knelt down. And I said, God, I think he said I should be reporting him. What is this face now? We were just gisting, and the face just changed. You know what God told me that day? He said, I may not put it exactly the way he said it, but in summary, he said, forget this matter and focus on me. Does it make sense? Say, ignore this thing. This is not important. Focus on me. I say, God, I should focus on you. I said, I should leave this thing now that is a problem. He said, yes. Look at me. So you know what I did? I made that thing become nothing. And the next time I said, Lord, all I want is you. Please, I'm focusing on you. Give me you. More of you. That changed. When he came back, there's no how he will come back and I will come up with an attitude. I don't know if you understand. But another person that didn't hear that from God, by the time he's coming back, you are remembering how he left. If he even comes to smile at you at that time, you may even say, I'm not smiling with you. And it becomes an issue. You see, if your marriage, your relationships are going to work, God must be at the center. I feel for anybody that is not hearing the voice of God, you must begin to hear God's voice. It is something you need before marriage. It is something you need so that you can even know who to marry. It is something you will need in marriage. The voice of God will never lead you astray. Because you know what? A lot of voices speak to us in our marriage. The question is, who am I listening to? Am I listening to God? Am I listening to myself? Am I listening to the devil? One or the other is speaking to you per time. Who am I listening to in my marriage?